You want some nitpicks? Well, get ready then, because I've got more nitpicks than Gaara has grains of sand in his gourd. Let me go through the boss fights in Storm 2, for example. Since it was the first Storm game I played, I'm particularly fond of these fights, and each one highlighted a small issue that radiates to the rest of the boss fights. Kakashi at the start of Storm 2 set the bar for the battles to come. It's more than just a usual fight like we had with Sakura just a moment ago in the tutorial. Kakashi has more health bars, the quick time events are frantic and the results are explosive, the area changes halfway through and you've got to summon help from Sakura at the right time to make the most out of your counterattack. Kakashi expected his students to have gotten stronger, but how much he's pushed comes off in his delivery as the battle rages on, as he pulls out more stops, and Naruto and Sakura keep countering him with a mix of odd tactics and sheer force.
They've grown.
But in connections, the pace of the fight seems off, and so does the audio syncing.
Alright! Huh?
Phew, that was too close.
Right on, huh?
The lip syncing has never been great in Storm, but here it doesn't just sound off, it feels totally out of time. Kakashi has new voice lines that just sound too relaxed, and so the impact of some of his deliveries just isn't there anymore.
They've really grown.
There's an excessive amount of off-time grunting, which is really distracting. Even the button prompts in the QuickTime events are a bit weird, mostly the rapid tapping ones that now linger forever instead of finishing when you max out the bar. In Naruto vs Sasuke, yes, the glowing Sharingan is a cool look, but the QuickTime events are less involved and much simpler than in Storm 2, a problem that persists in every other boss fight, because it doesn't feel as reactive as before, and it takes so few stars to max out the counter, it feels less involved. And to be really nitpicky, the button combos don't correspond as well to the actions like in the original. In the middle of the fight, it switches to the first battle at the final valley, which is a great transition, but it's completely cut in connections. This line delivery,
Did that wake you up?
I'm assuming that the intention was, since it was cutting to a younger version of Naruto, they wanted to make him sound younger, but let's be fair, Naruto's voice didn't really mature much between these 2 points, so there's no reason to put in a different delivery. More on all that later.
Did that wake you up?
Phases of boss fights are now separated out as different battles, which seemed weird at first. It does make replaying battles to get S ranks a lot easier, but when I got to Sasuke vs Itachi, it really bugged me, because that break in flow stops these fights from being gauntlets that keep pushing you as your opponent unveils their next form while you have to work with the damage you've taken. Splitting the fights like this makes the enemy health bar fall apart in such huge chunks it feels like the bosses have less health than in a standard health bar, so they don't feel as indomitable as they should.